Hello, my beautiful and lovely people. Welcome to another episode of New World Anarchy. It is April 29th, 2020. And, well, lots of stuff is going on. A lot of stuff is going on, guys. I just have to take a moment and just pause because it's overwhelming. There's there's so much going on. I don't even know where to begin with. I'm gonna try not to get sidetracked. I get sidetracked a lot, but stock market, boom, goes up 532 points. Wow, it's so great. The economy is doing swell. There's just so much. There's so much right now to be buying because the current state of the economy is amazing. I mean, the stock market keeps rising, so it's just beautiful right now. Well, to be honest with you, 1 in 3 small businesses have closed permanently. They're not going to be reopening. So 1 in 3 small businesses are permanently closed. They have furloughed, as they say. They've laid off 40% of their employees. And I'm sure most people know this, but in America, small and medium-sized businesses are the backbone. They are the mechanical wheel that makes this economy go round and round and round and round. Like a merry-go-round, you know? Merry-go-round. Yay! Small businesses are dropping left and right like dead birds and dead flies. Yay! But the stock market goes up. Woo! We have the best economy ever. Yay! It's so great. But anyways, so everything is being bankrupt. Everything is shut down. Things are closing. Things are collapsing. Things are deteriorating. Things are rotting from the inside and out. It's crazy. But meanwhile, the Federal Reserve's I gotta laugh at this. The Federal Reserve's balance sheet is continuing to explode. It's literally ballooning. It is literally getting bigger and bigger and bigger, which means that they're owning more and more and more assets. They are buying everything. They're buying all of the world and America. They're buying everything. Their balance sheet has exceeded $6 trillion, which means the Federal Reserve right now has over $6 trillion in assets. Over $6 trillion in assets. That's the Federal Reserve for you. But meanwhile, the Americans, the hard-working, blue-collar, white-collar, doesn't matter what color your shirt is, the middle class is being pummeled to the ground. They are losing every single grain of income that they have every single day. They're losing their jobs. Unemployment continues to skyrocket. Tomorrow we're going to be getting the new reporting for this week's unemployment, which is going to be staggering. It's probably going to be at least 3 million. Currently allegedly we have 34 million people unemployed right now. That's it. Out of a population of 330 million. Only 34 million people. Yeah. If you look at the actual numbers, MSM is trash. MSM doesn't mean anything. The actual figures for unemployment right now is 1 out of 3 Americans, which means 100 million people right now in this country, in America. 100 million people, like our president says, are unemployed. Yeah, they don't have a job. They are furloughed. So that is the current state, and it's just going up, 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 up. And so is the stock market. Up, 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 up. Because bad news is apparently great news for the stock market. I wonder why. Is it because the Federal Reserve keeps injecting money into the stock market and to the economy in, what is it called? quantitative easing. Oh yeah, the monetary policy in which they're buying everything. They're buying the stocks, they're buying mortgage bonds, they're buying bonds, they're repossessing, they are buying literally everything. We're buying everything because we're the Federal Reserve. That's what they're doing. So GDP falls 4.8% for the past quarter. You know, in this country, 70% of our GDP, 70% of America's gross domestic product is consumption, which is the people buying things. The people buying things. That's 70% of our GDP. Out of $19 trillion of GDP in America in 2019, over 13 trillion was consumption. Which is us, the people, buying things. But now everything is shut down. The entire world economy is shut down. Over 4 billion people are unemployed. Shut down in their homes. No economic activity, zero economic activity. There's zero economic activity. Consumers not spending. So if there's 70% GDP is correlated to consumption from the people, that means there's even when the economy reopens, it'll be horrendous. It'll be a nightmare. It'll be so bad that people are gonna think 2008 was like a party, you know, like a 4th of July party. Everybody was partying. That's what 2008 is gonna be like compared to when the economy reopens, because most people are not, like I said, small businesses, 40% are permanently laid off, and that's gonna continue increasing. You know, as far as everything else that's going on with the virus and everything, because everything's being blamed on the virus. The virus is scary. It's so scary. Because before the virus, we had the greatest economy in the world. There was nothing, this was the greatest economy in history before the virus. All right, people, let me share you my story, okay? I used to be an Uber driver before the virus, and 10 people that I would pick up, 2 of those people were jobless. This was before the virus. Before the virus. 2 out of 10 people that I would pick up from Uber were jobless. They were looking for a job. And the other 4 to 5 people out of that 10 people didn't have a car. That's why they were Ubering to and from to work. They didn't have a car. So 60 to 80% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck, which means they had at most, they didn't even have $400 in their bank account, in their savings account. That's the truth. We were rotting and deteriorating long time before the coronavirus. Long before. In a matter of 2 months, March until now, what, like a month and a half, 6 weeks, give or take, we go from the greatest economy in the world to what are we now? Nothing? No economy, everything's shut down? Hey, but the stock market's rising though. Yeah, the stock market keeps going up. It's beautiful. The oil market, once again, has sunk beneath the earth. It's in like an abyss right now. It is in abysmal decline with the oil market. Without oil, there's nothing. There's no economy without oil. This entire economy stands on oil. So there will be no resurgence for oil. Oil is done. There will be zero demand for oil moving forward because we have millions and millions and millions of tankers sitting on the docks, on the seas of California, Singapore, China, India, Bangladesh, Malaysia, you name it. There's millions and millions of barrels of oil tankers that are sitting there idly by because nobody wants oil anymore. What are we going to use oil for when over half the world is shut down? There's no demand for oil. Is done. It's never coming back. All right? That's the truth. You don't have to accept it, but that's the truth. Which means there will be no economic recovery from this that I see moving forward. I don't see any economic recovery from this moving forward, because as unemployment continues to skyrocket and most jobs are not going to be returning, and a lot of the jobs, in case people don't know this, a lot of the jobs are being substituted by AI. Artificial intelligence will be replacing a lot of the jobs. Retail is never coming back because there's online. Everybody buys things from online now. There's Amazon, there's Walmart has online. Virtually most of the shopping that people do are online. So retail's not coming back. Over half the restaurants, way over half the restaurants are not coming back. At least 70% of restaurants are not coming back, minimum. The only restaurants that will be returning will be fast food chains and the top of the chain wealthy restaurants like Ruth Chris Steakhouse being one. These large franchise restaurants will be returning. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Burger King, Wendy's, the ones that have real wealth and the ones that are being bailed out. Aside from that, it's just this virus right now. It's basically the culprit for all of the problems right now in the entire world. There's nothing else going on besides the virus. So everything is a virus, and I have to admit, that is the biggest hoax I have ever heard. So the virus itself, okay, this virus is the catalyst. It is the catalyst, the scapegoat, if you want to call it, for ushering in the greatest depression that we will ever witness, ever. And the virus, this really scary virus, oh my god, it's a virus, it's gonna kill us all, oh my god, virus. Yeah, I haven't seen a single person sick from this virus. In 4 months, I've traveled in 4 or 5 different forms of traveling. Foot, bicycle, bus, taxi, airplane, ferry. I didn't see a single sick person. I've yet to see this virus, but who knows, maybe it's out there. But in other words, guys, gold is up. You have to have some sort of hedge because the dollar is being devalued more every single day. As the Federal Reserve continues to devalue our dollar, there will be a massive inflation coming soon. Massive inflation. Everything will be expensive because the dollar is losing value every single day. So, and having having other assets is good for the future. One of them is gold. Gold has been around for 5,000-6,000 years at least. It's a hedge, meaning that it is a means of resisting inflation. It is a means of preserving and conserving your wealth outside of fiat currency. Because fiat currency, the days are numbered. The dollar's days are very, very close to being completely annihilated. So gold is good. Bitcoin is good. Bitcoin continues to go up. Silver is good as well, because those are real assets, you know. Digital currencies and gold and silver, that's the future. I'm not going to say that we're going to have a gold reserve currency, but it's good to have just in case, because the dollar is losing value every single day. So aside from that, seeds, water, food, those are all essentials. You need that for survival. Without that, there's nothing going on. But we're going to be witnessing a lot in the coming weeks. From tomorrow, the next wave of unemployment will finally be revealed, and we shall see. But it's getting interesting, guys. It's getting interesting. So you guys be safe out there. Take care of each other, and be kind to each other.